Secretary Castro, if you were president today, what would you specifically do?
Reason that they're separating these little children from their families is that they're using Section 1325 of that act, which criminalizes coming across the border, to incarcerate the parents and then separate them.
So the reason they're separating children from their families is so they can separate children from their families? Got it.
You said recently that the reason you didn't want to repeal Section 1325 was because you were concerned about human trafficking and drug trafficking. But let me tell you what, Section 18, Title 18 of the U.S. Code, Title 21, and Title 22 already cover human trafficking and drug trafficking. I think that you should do your homework on this issue.
I'm really glad you guys are taking the mature route.
This is for all the American citizens out there who feel you're falling behind, who feel the American dream's not working for you. The immigrants didn't do that to you.
No, but a lot of them have snuck in methamphetamines, cocaine, pills, and a plethora of other drugs into the country, which has fucked it up and caused a bunch of street crime. So, next.
The big corporations did that to you.
Oh, that's real original.
The 1% did that to you.
Blame the rich. Blame the rich.
Who here would abolish their private health insurance in favor of a government-run plan? Just a show of hands to start off with.
2 out of 10, but they'd force you to take one whether you wanted it or not.
Look at the business model of an insurance company. It's to bring in as many dollars as they can in premiums and to pay out as few dollars as possible for your health care.
Thanks for the update, Nancy Drew. What are you going to do about it?
There are a lot of politicians who say, oh, it's just not possible, we just can't do it, have a lot of political reasons for this. What they're really telling you is they just won't fight for it. Well, healthcare is a basic human right, and I will fight for basic human rights.
Oh boy, this should be as good as Obamacare was.
Be an option in the United States of America for any insurance company to deny women coverage for their exercise of their right of choice.
Why don't you just come out and say what you really mean? You think insurance companies should be forced to pay for a woman's abortion. I mean, regardless about how you feel about this issue, that's what you're really saying.
And I am the only candidate here who has passed a law protecting a woman's right of reproductive health and health insurance.
Again, if abortion's so okay, if it's so morally right, why don't you just use the A word? You keep skipping over it.
I just want to say there's 3 women up here that have fought pretty hard for a woman's right to choose.
You have to vote for me because I'm a girl. Real fucking dignified. Still afraid to use the A word.
The American people deserve a president who will put your interests ahead of the rich and powerful.
That was the most basic thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's not what we have right now.
Yeah, orange man bad, rich people evil, blah, blah, blah.
When you've got a government, when you've got an economy that does great for those with money and isn't doing great for everyone else.
Yeah, actually, poor people in this country have it better than poor people in pretty much any other country. As a matter of fact, poor people in this country have it better than rich people in a lot of other countries.
That is corruption, pure and simple. We need to call it out. We need to attack it head on.
No, corruption is when you lie, cheat, and steal, like a Democrat.
I think I'm the only one, I hope I'm the only one on this panel here that had 7 people shot in their neighborhood just last week.
Oh, here comes the gun grabbing.
Someone I knew, Shahad Smith, was killed with an assault rifle at the top of my block last year.
Well, I'm really sorry he was killed, but would you have felt any better if he was killed with something other than an assault rifle?
For millions of Americans, this is not a policy issue.
Is it just me, or is this guy hopped up on booger sugar?
This is an urgency, and for those who have not been directly affected, they're tired of living in a country where their kids go to school to learn about reading, writing, and arithmetic, and how to deal with an active shooter in their school.
Well, maybe if the doctors would stop handing out psychotropic drugs and opioids like they're candy, but I guess nobody's ready for that discussion yet.
We can't treat this as an across-the-board problem. We have to treat it like a public health emergency. That means bring data to bear, and it means make real change in this country, whether it's politically popular or not.
Syntax, screw what the people want. The government will decide what's best for you. Got that?
I just don't want to be your president to be your president.
Your 45
I
seconds
want
is
to
over.
be your president to do the job.
Thank you,
This is
sir.
not about me. This is about getting America working.
what the hell was that even supposed to mean? I don't want to be your president just to be your president. Like, what?